Hello, Venus in Libra. Welcome back to my channel, everybody. My name is Teno Merkova, and thank you so much for joining me. In this video, I'm speaking about Venus in Libra through the 12 astrological houses, as promised in my previous video that you should probably check out before watching this video. Please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. If you would like a birth chart reading from me, hit me up on my Instagram that I will link below, and you can get a birth chart menu of all the different birth chart readings that I give out. So in my previous video, I just kind of touched on basic archetype on Venus and Libra and how they act in things. But in this video, I'm talking about it in the houses, because obviously every Venus in Libra will have the similar characteristics, but it's going to be different based on the energy, like based on where it directs itself in terms of the houses, you know. So Venus in Libra in the first house, right? So this is a bit of an opposition because Venus doesn't like being in the first house. First house is home to Aries, and Aries is opposite to Libra, right? So Aries is ruled by Mars, and obviously Libra is ruled by Venus, so this is an opposition. So basically you would have a Libra Venus with this, right? So you have your rising conjuncting your Venus. Makes you a fucking gorgeous ass human being. Oh my god, I don't doubt that you have amazing skin and amazing hair and amazing eyebrows and amazing eyes and amazing teeth and like an amazing nose and an amazing fucking bone structure. Jesus Christ, I wouldn't doubt that you have that. But with this placement, I think you would love and appreciate. So having Libra, first of all, having Libra in your first house makes you somebody who wants to merge your personality with other people's personality and balance other people's balance your personality with other people's personalities. And you know how to balance other people's personal issues. You know what I'm saying? And kind of put yourself in other people's personal affairs and personal issues, just to kind of like see the different perspectives on how to do things, you know. So if we put this in your Venus sign, so Venus in Libra is home, like Libra is home in Venus, right? That's cool. But now it's kind of it's away in the first house. So I feel like how this would play out is somebody who loves and appreciates the fact that they are able to personally balance. I think this would firstly be someone who loves and appreciates balancing their own personal lives and compromising with other people who have similar personal issues, and balancing and like being able to compromise with other people's personal issues in a way that's like harmonious. So you know how to, for example, you would want to gravitate to other people who share similarities in terms of the personal issues that you go through. You know, for example, let's say personally you are personally insecure about, I don't know, having back acne, you know. So you would be the type of person that would want to like attract other people who are like that, so that you guys can kind of share and love and appreciate and help each other in terms of like getting over that. You know what I'm saying? Those kinds of vibes. Or it could be a situation where you guys are like, or you could attract like the opposite of you, like selfish people, super selfish people. Or it could be a thing where in love you are super selfish with loving and compromising. So you may be manipulative in a way that it's like you may be with somebody and then you would tell them something that you're personally insecure about, and then kind of passively make them share that insecurity with you, you know. And in that way, that's how. And then once they become insecure about the same shit that you are insecure about, then that's when you come in and you want to play the role of being the balancer and being the super savior and being like the person who creates love and harmony in the situation, when in actual fact you were the one that caused the drama passively, low-key, you know. Could be those situations. Could also be a situation where you attract people with like chaotic personal lives, and then you want to be the one that balances their personal lives out, you know, because you want to once again be like the savior of a relationship, because you know the specific words and the specific feeling to give people, to make them feel like, nah, dude, I got you. When you're with me, I got you, you know? But I feel like for the most part with this particular placement, you could somewhat be like a low-key selfish lover and only want to compromise with things that you find is harmonious personally, and that you find because this could also go with the people, places, and things that are in your personal life. Because once again, you're gonna love and appreciate. Because Venus is in your first house, you're gonna love and appreciate your personality. Maybe, depending on your age, you may love and appreciate things that you go through personally, and you may love and appreciate communicating the struggles that you go through in your personal life. So you may love and appreciate sharing those struggles with other people, but sometimes those people don't really give a fuck about things that you love and appreciate. And then to those people who show you that they don't give a fuck about things that you're saying that you go through personally, then you may want to like low-key get everybody to not like that person, you know, because you want to, once again, Libra's dealing with the togetherness, so you may want to like build a group and like vent to other people about how that other person was mean to you because they didn't compromise or like, you know, I guess show sympathy or love and appreciation to whatever it is that you were going through at the moment. So you may want to like throw shade, like you may want everybody to throw shade at that one person because they were like so cold mean to you, you know. Once again, that passive energy goes really deep. But yeah, Venus and Libra person in the first house, you may just want to love and compromise with your own personal issues and your own personal lives, and you may want to gravitate a lot more towards other people who are on the same, like you want to gravitate towards people who share the same personal interests as you do, you know. And you also may adapt to other people's personal lives and their own personal issues, and then kind of make them your own, so that you can balance that shit for them. Yeah, it could go that deep. I feel it could go like that. Yeah. So I feel like with this, you may attract a lot of chaotic people also. Like I said before, you may attract chaotic people just so that you can balance their lives, their personal lives, you know, so you can feel included or a part of something, you know, and feel like you helped. Because when you feel like you helped, you feel like, oh yay, now I deserve love and appreciation. Kind of like Leos, you know, when you do something just so that you can get praise afterwards. Yeah, that's the vibe. And then if you have your Venus in Libra in the second house, so this is, second house is also home in Libra. I mean, home in Venus rules the second house because it's the house of Taurus. So with this, you are a Virgo rising. So I feel like with this particular placement, you may be somebody that loves and appreciates. You love and appreciate. How do I put this? You love and appreciate. So see, Venus being here, you love and appreciate partnerships, right? So I feel like once you're in relationships, you see these things as possessions, right? Because second house is the house of possessions and values. So you're gonna want to relate. Your love language would be kind of, I feel like this will kind of put you in a Taurus-ish situations where when you love and appreciate somebody, the way that you love and appreciate somebody is by sharing things that you possess and things that you value with the people that you love. So whether that be money, food, clothes, perfume, all things dealing with Venus, that's how you show your love and appreciation, you know. And you love to communicate about why you bought these particular things and how these particular things mean so much to you, and how your grandmother gave it to you, but now you're gonna give it to them because they make you feel special in your life and shit like that, you know. So that would be your love language. So you love and appreciate when other people give you things, because I feel like Libra generally, like, their love language would be gifts, but with this particular thing, with this particular placement, your love language definitely is gifts. You know, you love getting gifts because it's possession, it's tangible, you know, and Saturn is there, so it's something like, it's like physical things, you know. That's how you love and appreciate people, through your actual senses, you know, and also words of affirmations. But definitely I see this placement as somebody who would love to be in relationships. And you may have been a serial dater with this particular placement, you know. You love and appreciate knowing that you possess somebody and being in a relationship and relating somebody and that person being your boyfriend, your girlfriend, so now they belong to you, you know. Even though you definitely, because you are an air sign, you still do need like some time alone and like some room and like some space and shit like that. But just the idea of knowing that you have a human being to love on and kiss on and fuck on, that makes you happy and that makes you feel good, you know. And generally I feel like this would be a placement of somebody who likes to spoil their lovers and who also likes being spoiled, you know. You like to spend so much cash. You probably like to spend mad money on like sweaters and shoes and like, I don't know, perfumes, clothes, restaurants, you know. Definitely loving the lavish life, you know, living lavishly. That's definitely something I see with this placement. You probably easily spend like a good $700 on like, I don't know, makeup or shoes, just, you know, things that maybe a Virgo would be like, oh my god, you easily could have saved that money for something that was really important. But to you, just for the fact that it made you feel good to have it, you know, that's what you love and appreciate. And if other people can do that for you, then that's you definitely someone that you want to keep in your life forever. But you wouldn't mind spending a good couple of bucks on somebody that you love and appreciate, you know. Yeah, that's that. And then if you have Venus in Libra in the third house, as we know, is the house of Gemini. It's the house of communication, your neighbors, your friends, your things that you're familiar with, things that you see somewhat on a daily basis, but not like sixth house where you're like forming habits. It's more so about like the interactions that you have with people, you know, because Mercury rules both the third house and the sixth house. So in the third house, this is a double emphasis on air. So you probably somebody that would date their friends, and you like to fuck your friends, or you feel you probably have a lot of friends and you love having friends, you know. This is somebody that is definitely a social butterfly, and you know how to make friends and make friends super easily and love making people feel included, you know. I feel like this is a placement that can go anywhere in the world and like quickly adapt, because you see with Libra, I was gonna say quickly adapt to different people, but I'm gonna say with Libra, because Libras obviously grow up listening to conversations and studying different forms of communication and different conversations. They can go anywhere in the world with that knowledge and that intellect and like be able to speak to anybody and be friends with anybody just based on them knowing how to relate. And because they've studied different people growing up, they know how to put themselves in other people's shoes. So in that sense, they know how to kind of, it's like they know how to, like for example, let's say a Libra Venus in the third house is in Canada and they are with a group of girls or people, humans that are like Instagram fanatics, you know. They know how to put themselves in that scenario or in those mind frames where they know how to say specific things that Instagrammers like saying. Or if they're with gamers, like people who are into Minecraft, Fortnite, whatever, they know how to put themselves in a situation where they are able to relate whatever knowledge that they've accumulated from people that they've been with from when they've grown up, people who are into those situations, and then use those conversations that they had, and then, you know, like say those things and have conversations with other people who are into those similar things. You know what I'm saying? Like they have this knack for just knowing how to like form communications, and they know how to make friends easily. But like I said, they're not maybe the type of people that would like, actually, they probably, I was gonna say they're not the type of people that would just like quickly jump into a relationship with someone that they don't know. But I think they definitely could. Also, depending on the situation, but they definitely could. If it's like, if they feel like whatever person they're with is attractive and they know how to like keep up a good conversation, they'll know, they'll like be like, okay, we can try this, you know. Or if not, if they're not really on the I want to date somebody, they may want to do that thing where they pretend to date somebody just for the time being, or the things that they do or how they love and appreciate makes the other person feel like, oh, okay, this is getting into a relationship, you know. But maybe the Venus in Libra isn't really there. Like, the way that they're doing things may make the other person feel like, okay, this is what's happening. But the Venus in Libra person in the third house is just kind of flirting and just like kind of having a good time without the intentions of like having a longevity kind of situations, you know. Like, they don't really have the intention of dating you. So they may get themselves in a situation where like they get themselves in relationships by default, or they have affairs with other people by default, just because they know how to make other people feel a specific way, like feel a good way, you know, about being in this Venus and Libra person's life, you know. So they can lead people on, you know, but it's always going to be somewhat around the friend group. But once again, they can make friends with anybody, old, young, middle age, whatever. So yeah, that's the thing. Also, this makes you super smart. So I wouldn't be surprised if at school you were the type of person that like got really good grades, or maybe you didn't get good grades because you were either bored or you just didn't find school as mentally stimulating. But for the most part, if you did, I feel like you were somebody that like you're really good with numbers with this placement, you know, or good with like the piano, or it's some kind of instrument. Generally, you can really play a good instrument, or you're a good writer. Definitely with this poetry, I see poetry being a thing in your life. I see you listening to music and knowing how to pick up, even like, you know, there's like Busta Rhymes who can like rap really fast. You can pick up every single word that he said, you know. And then maybe you could also be a rapper with this. But like I said, anything dealing with you communicating and like writing down, I definitely see this. So I feel like with this, your love language is not only communication, but you love and appreciate just generally communicating with everybody and anyone, you know, because you could see the world as being a bunch of friends that you just haven't met yet. That's the thing. And then if you have Venus in Libra in the fourth house, you're probably a Cancer rising with this placement. So fourth house, we know, is like how you were raised as a child. It's your childhood, it's your roots, it's your generally how you were raised, or the energy that you were raised in. Ooh, my voice is yes, sis. Yeah, it's the energy that you were raised in, basically. So with having Venus in Libra in the fourth house, this is somebody who loves and appreciates relationships at home with your mom, your siblings, just people who are in your like comfort zone. These are the type of people that you cherish relationships with. And if you're actually dating somebody, then you'd be the type of person that you'd introduce your boyfriend, your girlfriend to your family members, you know, because that's your comfort space, because you love and appreciate being comfortable in relationships at home. So this is the type of person that would like to stay at home, eat their favorite foods with their partner, you know, be like, oh, what do you like to watch, you know, and then like relate on why you like watching that movie, or what that movie did to you, or why you love that movie so much. And then the Venus and Libra person would want to relate. They'd be like, for example, let's say I'm a Venus and Libra person in the fourth house, you know, and I have a boyfriend or a girlfriend who's in my house. So I'd be like, so what do you want to watch? And then they tell me, oh my god, I really love RuPaul's Drag Race, right? And then I'll be like, oh my god, me too, you know? Even if I don't, I'd probably just lie and be like, oh my god, me too. Or if I'm not lying, I'd be like, oh my god, really? Why do you like it so much, you know? And then they tell me, oh, because I really love drag and I love drag queens, and, you know, RuPaul did this for me. And then me as a Venus and Libra person, I'd be like, oh my god, that's so lovely. Actually, like, if you really like that, you probably really like this movie that we're gonna watch after you watch RuPaul's Drag Race. So that type of thing, you know? It's like, as long as there's always going to be relatability, but it's always going to be comfort levels. You know, you're always going to want to be in the comfort of your own home. Or if you're not going to your home, you may want to go to their home, you know, and let it be known that you're in a relationship, and like introduce yourself to their mother. Because once again, Libra women and men just they know how to get parents to like them just because they're so fucking charming. Jesus Christ, you know. But generally, having this placement, I wouldn't doubt that you, as a Venus and Libra person in the fourth house, your home probably look really nice. So you probably appreciate going at your house. So you may want to bring the party at your house rather than going to other people's homes. Even though you probably wouldn't mind if somebody else feels like, no, I want to stay at my home. So you compromise with them and like go to their crib and like chill out there. But I feel like you probably prefer to be at your own home because that's where your roots are. That's where your fourth house is at, you know. Or maybe you wouldn't mind merging or compromising with somebody else's fourth house, you know. Just as long as it's like, just as long as there's no drama. Because if there is drama, then you probably want to be the one to like mediate people's homes and mediate the drama in people's homes. Because it could also be a thing where like you having Venus in Libra in your fourth house, you had to be the one that was like super calm at home and like had to chill people. Like you had to be the mediator at home, basically, you know. And you're really good at this because you know how to be objective as fuck in every situation, you know, and put yourself in a position where you're not really taking sides, but you're seeing where everybody's coming from and knowing how to fix the issue in a logical, harmonious way, you know. So yeah, I feel like with this placement, like if you had to get married, you'd probably be a really good spouse or I don't know, wife, husband person. And like if drama had to arise, you definitely know how to compromise and put your ego aside. Because once again, the ego is asleep in Libra, you know. You know how to put your shit aside and kind of like take a rational point of view on how to fix the situation at home, you know. But generally, your love language with this placement is you like to like chill at home, just like, you know, smoke weed at home, just chill out, chill vibes at home. No, it has to be at home though. Or it has to be with somebody that makes you feel homey, comfortable, you know, like sweats, like wearing really nice sweatpants with nice socks and smelling good, incense, you know, good music, you know. Definitely music is there. You probably like to invite your friends over, your boyfriend over, and just like chill out, listen to music. Or just watch your favorite shows that you can all relate to and like build a relationship with that. Like you would like to, for example, using the RuPaul Drag Race example, if all of your friends come over and you're watching RuPaul's Drag Race, that's basically building a relationship, because now the next day you guys can talk about what Candy Muse did or what fucking Vanjie did, you know. Like you guys know how to build on that relationship, that type of thing. If you don't know Vanjie, please go watch RuPaul's Drag Race, please please do it. And then yeah, having your Venus in Libra in the fifth house. So fifth house is like, you know, somewhat dating, but like the honeymoon stages of dating. It's how you have fun and entertain yourself, and it's just like the entertainment house basically, and how you express yourself. So with this placement, I think you are a Gemini rising. So you have your rising sign trining your fucking Venus, right? So this also makes you somebody who likes to communicate and shit. But the way you express yourself is harmonious, you know. And you also may be somebody that like you have high, like when you're in love, you just have this high burst of energy, and you like put your partner on a pedestal, and you just see them as such an admirable human being, and kind of look at them as perfect, or in this the lenses of like perfection and shit like that, you know. And it can be really intimidating for the people that you're dating, because they may feel like they can't really live up to the standards that you've put them on. And then you may disappoint yourself by not really just kind of looking at somebody for who they are. But because you're also super idealistic with this placement, like even more idealistic with, or maybe let me say as idealistic as somebody with their Venus and Libra in the 7th house or the 12th house, you know. But it can be really difficult for the people that you date, because you may put them in these like super high standards, super high pedestals, super high fucking, you know, thing, idealistic thing, and then they may not live up to it, and then you get disappointed, and then, you know, you may get like super frustrated with them. And yeah, but for the most part, I feel like with this placement, you definitely somebody that would wanna, you could be somewhat balanced in, okay, what do you, what, like for example, if I'm dating someone or with my friends, you're also compromising and on, like for example, if your friends, you have Sagittarius friends that are like adrenaline junkies that like to go out and like have adrenaline, but you as a Venus and Libra person, you like to just do chill things like go to galleries and be cute. You may want to, because this is what entertains you, you know. So you may want to be the type of person that's like, okay, we'll do what you want to do on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Friday we have to do what I do. You know, you want to compromise how everybody has fun and entertains themselves, you know, because once again, you want balance. So this is, I feel like this is a really dope placement though, in terms of like that kind of compromising, because it's like you're not entirely bashing what somebody else likes, because you're like, you know what, cool, you have your reasons for liking that, dope, and I love and appreciate that you have your own reasons, but I also want you to love and appreciate my own reasons for liking what I like. And you know, let's like compromise and let's do everything. So we go to your thing this day and then do my thing this day, and if you don't do my thing, then there's gonna be fucking havoc, you know. And when Libra causes havoc, shit goes down for real. Shit goes down like all the way. But yeah, with this placement, I would say like just chill out on like having to put people on high pedestals, because you could be like, especially when you are in love, you could be like super 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 communicative and like just communicate and express all this love that you have for somebody, you know. I also see somebody also with this being a musician, playing the guitar, if you're not already a guitarist, or just like whatever musical instrument you do, ukulele, guitar, whatever, or what's this, just anything in the arts, like entertainment. You can be an actor with this, or a presenter, because presenters have to like appreciate other people and like express themselves in such a way that makes other people feel comfortable to like say things that they've accomplished and whatever. So I see someone being like a presenter, you know, like a host or an MC or some sort. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the thing. And then if you have your Venus in Libra in the 6th house, so the 6th house is the house of Virgo, right? So 6th house doesn't like to be in Venus, and the Venus doesn't like to be in the 6th house, because this is the house of Virgo, and Libra is asleep in the 6th house, you know, because instead of doing what Libra does, like loving and appreciating and compromising, in the 6th house or in Virgo, it's busy discriminating and criticizing and like scrutinizing and trying to see the minor details of what's wrong with the situation, you know. So if we put this is definitely someone with Taurus rising, yeah. So if we put the 6th house in Venus and Libra, this is somebody that also likes to get the relationship right. You know, they're gonna overthink if they're relationshiping right. So the compromising is there, but they're gonna want feedback on if they're doing something right. You know, so it won't be as intense as maybe having a Venus in Libra. A Venus in Virgo. But a Venus in Libra will still do the compromising thing, but they're gonna want to communicate about, am I doing this right? Like, you know, if there is no communication, it's gonna be like, oh my god, are we still okay? Like, am I doing it right? Especially in sex, like, is this okay? Are you okay? Are you satisfied? You know, and then if the partner shows or says that they're not, then they're gonna take the necessary steps to like cause that balance again and cause the harmony again, you know, because they don't want shit to be imbalanced, and they don't want to seem like they're lacking also, you know, because Venus wants to make other people feel pleasure just as much as they want to feel pleasurable and pleasured, you know. So they're gonna want to compromise with your own needs and like kind of look at the details of, okay, we didn't do this the last time, so let's do this, you know. And they're going to communicate this with you. So they're going to communicate the details that they want to go over with whoever they're with. Whether it's even in friendships, you know. Like in friendships, they're going to want their friends to give them advice about dating. You know, so they're going to want to have, like, obviously they're going to have friends. So, or if they don't, then they're probably going to go on YouTube and Google or watch videos on how to relationship right. they're gonna Google on how to like be in proper relationships and how to relationship correctly. But if not, if they have friends or even like a family member, they're just gonna wanna always have a second opinion on the right way of doing things, you know, just so that they can be factual or be precise in everything that they do with this particular placement, you know. Even in like like working relationships, you know, they're gonna want to, like, once there's a set relationship built, they're gonna want feedback on what they think of the Venus and Libra person. So the Venus and Libra person is gonna ask like whoever, like, so did you like, oh, they're gonna ask passively, but then again it's gonna depend on what the Mercury sign is. But they might ask passively, like, okay, as a partner, do you think, you know, am I fit for this? Like, what do you think of my work ethic? What do you think of my work patterns? You know, they always want feedback so that they can be better, you know. But I feel like it's gonna be a lot better in terms of this placement, because they won't entirely scrutinize it. Because I feel like with this, you're also gonna love and appreciate other people's feedback. Obviously, not too abrasive, because you don't want people to like bash their opinions on you in a very abrasive way. You know, you're gonna love and appreciate people that tell you, oh yeah, do this better, but in a nice way, you know, because once again, you're getting feedback, but then you're also getting it in a harmonious way where it's not making you feel like you know, there's war or like you guys are fighting or there's drama or some shit like that, you know, that vibe. And then if you have your Venus in Libra in the 7th house, you are a Aries rising. So off the back, 7th house is basically the home of Libra, you know. So with this particular placement, this is definitely a serial dater or I have a crush on people. You know, you may have thousands of crushes on people and you may not really know where to begin. So you may just pursue all of them, and then that could just get super messy, because like you also may be super vocal about the fact that you're with different kinds of people, and then people don't really take you that seriously. And then you might like that, especially if you're young and you don't want people to take you that seriously, because you also really don't take people seriously. But at the same time, you also want to be taken seriously because you want to see who loves you the most, you know. So you play this little mind game of like, who love, like Bachelorette, basically. See, I feel like Bachelorette could be it basically suits this particular placement. Just having different suitors and like seeing who is more relatable or who relates to you and your own personality, you know, that type of thing. Yeah. And then oh yeah, but once again, like having this particular placement, like what you love, like your love language is loving and appreciating and relating, and you know, having relations, like actually being in relationships. You know, your love language is relating to people, because this is like a double emphasis on the Libra energy and the Venus energy. You know, so it's like an overemphasis. So that's why I say you could be a serial dater with this, or serial I have a crush on different people kind of person. Wow. What else? Yeah, that's what I feel. That's the vibe with that. And then if you have your Venus in Libra in the 8th house, you are a Pisces rising, I believe. Yeah, you'd be a Pisces rising with this, right? So with having your Venus in Libra in the 8th house, so 8th house also doesn't like to be in Venus, and Venus does not like to be in the 8th house, because 8th house is about secrecy and skeletons under the closets and rebirth and transformation and death and secrets and just taboo shit. So on one end, you love and appreciate and you are willing to compromise with secrets, you know. You like relating to other people's secrets. So I feel like with this, this makes you even more manipulative, because you know how to kind of, you know how to like draw in some like the way you get into relationship. You may be the type of person that has sex with your friends' boyfriends on the low, you know, or your friends' ex-boyfriends, or you may be the type of person to like, you secretly desire other people's spouses and husbands and girlfriends and boyfriends, you know, but you won't admit it out loud because you don't want to cause drama, but you secretly love and appreciate drama and chaos, you know, and this is what you're willing to compromise with. So like I said, the way you get into relationships, you may have gone in a relationship with a person that like cheated on, for example, if it was a situation where, for example, in high school there was this girl who dated a guy and then they broke up because she cheated on the guy, and then she dated another like the guy's friend, right, and then they broke up, and then maybe years later you start dating that girl while you were friends with that girl while she was busy cheating, you know. So you may get into like relationships like that, you know, with kind of messy people, and then you are willing to compromise with those people because you feel like, you know, that gives you balance or that balances you out, which is fucking weird. It's fucking weird, dude. Yeah, it could be that situation. Could also be that you love, so the 8th house is your, so it's also a transformation, right? So you may love transformative relationships and relationships that kind of had some kind of toxicity in them, you know, like some kind of tit for tat energy, because Libras can also be super spicy secretly on the low. They just may be passive about this, but secretly you could be you could form relationships because you know that you're gonna have sex with them, or you may use sex to get you stability, you know what I'm saying? You may use manipulation to get you stability. You may use secrecy to get you stability, you know. You may be the type of person that has sex with like super old human beings who have cash, like sugar daddy, sugar mama, or whatever, because of stability, you know. And obviously depending on your sun and moon, it could be, you may be willing to like, actually no, if it's in the 8th house, you don't want no one to know about this. So shit like OnlyFans, but you're not showing your face and you have a completely different name, or being a stripper, you know what I'm saying? I see that shit happening. But for the most part, like, you having relationships, your relationships are always based on like connecting to people on a subconscious level, you know, and you love and appreciate connecting to people on a subconscious level and like kind of sharing each other's secrets, because that's how you form relationships with people, you know. And so as I said, if you're young and you're like around my age, you definitely the type of person to have sex with like people, like have sex with whoever and like not tell people. But somehow it's always gonna get out though. It's always gonna come out, but it's gonna come out in some secretive way. It's the type of thing where, for example, if I found out one of my friends is having sex with another person that I know they're not supposed to be, because it's like shady, because they're having sex with a friend of theirs or whatever, like I won't be able to go to my friend and be like, oh, so I heard you did this and this and this because of how I found out, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So you may get yourself in those situations as a Libra Venus in the 8th house person, you know. And you low-key love this. Like, you low-key love these kinds of situations because they're always, like, spicy and they always give you, like, something to kind of wake up to or live for or whatever. Yeah. Just make sure that you don't, like, get involved with people that can get you into, like, fucked up drug addictions or, like, how do I say, like, just situations where you could be left hopeless and left alone, you know. So just use that Libra brain and know who's worth the drama. And then if you have your Venus and Libra in the 9th house, like me, you have an Aquarius rising, congratulations. So with this placement, you are somebody that loves and appreciates all kinds of experiences, no matter what, no matter how bad, no matter how good. You love and appreciate all kinds of experiences, you know, and those experiences usually put you in a position where you start loving and appreciating like astrology, tarot readings, Reiki, maybe even religion, you know, like going to church or I don't know, Jewish shit. I don't know what you call that shit, you know. But just like going to religious or spiritual, like doing religious and spiritual practices and kind of learning from older people. Like, you just love and appreciate other people that have gone through things, because it's like they're able to teach you specific things and like experiences that they've gone through, and then you apply that wisdom with your wisdom and your own intellect, and you're able to like kind of navigate the world in a wiser way, you know, because this is like low-key a sextile thing, you know, because Sagittarius is home in the 9th house. So with this, you just basically love and appreciate all experiences, and you're able to give other people advice, but in an objective view where you're not including your emotions. And if you are, it's always gonna be like high, like you're always gonna, it's not gonna be like on some petty shit, you know. You're always gonna take your emotions and kind of put them in, word them in such a way that makes other people feel like, you know, things aren't always that deep. You're just gonna enlighten people's emotions and actually lighten up the load, you know, because I feel like with this placement, you're not somebody that likes heavy emotions. And even if you do go through those things, you're gonna love and appreciate like getting through them, and even going through them. Like after you've gone through them, you're gonna really love and appreciate that experience too, and be like, wow, I learned so much. And you know, now I can have conversations with other people who have been through the same thing, and we can just share our experiences, or go on YouTube and share those experiences with people, and like have people comment under your video, and then you can be like, wow, thank you for sharing that experience with me, and then feel like, wow, I'm actually not alone, because I'm a part of people who have gotten their heart broken, and I'm a part of people who have almost died, and I am, you know what I'm saying? You can just like share those experiences with people, and that's what you love and appreciate, you know, just old experiences, like especially like spirituality, you know, you love and appreciate spirituality. You may constantly be online watching Sadhguru videos or tarot card videos, or you know, and this is probably what you love to talk about with other people, you know, and you love other people that are into the same shit as you are, you know, people who love kind of searching for higher purposes in life and higher spiritual meanings in life, you know, and not kind of just living life on a somewhat mundane, let's go party, let's get fucked up kind of way, you know. You love speaking about the broad philosophical points of views of the world, and you love just kind of speaking to other people and getting their perspective, and then adding it to your own perspectives of things, because it gives you a broader perspective and a broader intellect on how to just like intake everything, you know. And you're able to kind of, with this, you're able to, if somebody is coming to you with an issue, you're able to like kind of detach yourself, analyze the issue, and then filter it with the wisdom, and then give somebody advice in a harmonious, wise kind of art teacher way, you know, that type of thing. That's the vibe, you know. But yeah, we're cool people. We always make people feel comfortable to just share whatever they want to share, you know. And we love people that like don't take themselves so seriously, because you know, you as a Venus and Libra person in the 9th house also don't want to be someone that's seen as stiff and like prancy and prissy, even though you may be very prissy and like, I don't want to touch that, that's so gross. But you probably would, because you don't want to make anyone feel like they are above you or below you, or you don't want to make anybody feel like you are above them or below them. You always want to be like beside people and make them feel like they are your friend, that type of thing, you know. So shout out to you guys. And then if you have Venus in Libra in the 10th house, you are a Capricorn rising. So 10th house is your midheaven, you know, this is what it's your reputation and shit like that. So you love and appreciate your reputation. You love and appreciate the fact that you build relationships with people who have gotten you to the status or the reputation that you have built now, or that you are sitting at now, you know. But for the most part, you just know, it's like you like hanging around people that kind of match the career that you want to go into. Like if you're a makeup artist, you'd probably follow accounts on Instagram that, like, you probably follow really famous Instagram accounts, or like MAC, or you know, Kylie Jenner type of shit. And you love and appreciate being around other people who are into these things, because you feel like, okay, if I'm around these people, then we can build maybe a business together, or I can learn from them and then build my own knowledge on how to do those things. And then with building that knowledge, that I'm able to kind of put myself in a point where I can form a relationship with someone who I can be an apprentice for, who works at Mac, and then become a Mac ambassador, and then, you know, just shit like that. You're like very strategic in how you get from, like, how you build your career in that kind of way, you know. And I feel like just the way that you carry yourself, your reputation, because Venus is here, you may just naturally gravitate people in your life that want to help you, especially if you're putting in the work, you know. Like, it's going to be different, because having a Scorpio midheaven, people may not want to help them because they exude this intensity, and that's like almost threatening. But having Venus here, or having Libra here, you might like attract people who want to help you, because they see like, oh my god, you're somebody that's like super chill and super calm, and you know, you're really beautiful. So they may want to use you, and then, you know, by using you, you're also basically somewhat gaining some kind of profit, or gaining some kind of views, or credits, or whatever it is that you're gaining generally, you know. But your love language with this is, I feel like your love language with this particular thing, you would want to, if somebody also needs some kind of help, you would also give them the necessary, you give them ideas on what to do, or like who to hang out with, or where to go to gain whatever stability that they want, you know. Yeah, your love language is to relate to how other people want to gain stability in terms of their reputation, and then giving them ideas on how they should go about doing it, you know. So you want to help other people with their reputations, because you know, you in your head, you know, if I help you, you're eventually going to help me in the future. So we're basically just helping each other. And I feel like that's what Libra knows best, and which is why they don't want drama, because they know that one day they're going to need people. Because as human beings, we need each other to grow, you know. And that's something Scorpios and Aries and Virgos need to learn, and Capricorns need to learn, is that we all need each other, and you can't do shit alone. And Libras know this best. Like, you're gonna need people eventually, you know. We all need each other. So yeah. And then if you have your Venus in Libra in the 11th house is home in Aquarius. So this is a double emphasis on the air energy. So you love and appreciate. So 11th house, before I continue, 11th house is like social media, you know, on a broad perspective. Social media, it is associations and who you're associated with. So having your Venus in the 11th house makes you somebody that you like to love and compromise and appreciate with people on social media, and like associates, like people that you don't know. So I feel like with this, you may be a little bit more friendly, and a little bit more Venusian, a little bit more loving to people that you just meet for the first time, people that you just met for the first time, whether it be on social media, at a party, you know, your cousins, your far distant cousins that you don't know of, like your distant relatives, you know. You may be a lot more friendly to these guys, and like a lot more loving and appreciating to these guys, because it's always like a distance type of thing, because you're associated with them by blood, but not technically, because you see them every day like you would in the 3rd house or in the 4th house, you know. Yeah, so I feel like with this particular placement, you're somebody that likes to, you love and appreciate, and you love compromising with even like all forms of technology. Because once again, I feel like with this placement, you're somebody that's like also super super smart, or you could be like a scientist. So you may also love and appreciate like watching conspiracy theories, and your love language would be like doing weird shit, or going to unusual, unfamiliar places with your partner, and just kind of like discovering things and like analyzing things on an intellectual way together, you know, and like kind of feeding off of each other's thoughts and your intellect, and what you think and what I think, and what do you think and what do I think, you know, and kind of having those kind of broad not broad philosophical, but broad intellectual conversations, you know. And I feel like you're somebody, I feel like this would make you an intellectual bully, where if somebody doesn't necessarily match to your intellect, then you may see them as like annoying, especially if you have to talk about like the same shit all the time, like, oh my god, I'm so high, or oh my god, what do you think of the weather, like having basic shit like that may piss you off, or you may want to detach from these kinds of people, and like be part of. So on one scale, you generally, like, you may have a love and appreciation for all types of people, like everybody in the world, but you always want to have the option of knowing that you can leave whenever you want to, and kind of detach and really find people who resonate with your energy and resonate with your own interests. Because if you're around people, like, you're definitely going to be somebody that's like, okay, like, I don't mind sitting down and having a simple conversation with you, but I don't want this to be a thing where we always have these simple conversations. Like, I actually need you to stimulate my brain for real, So, and because of the 11th house, it's going to be directed in the 11th house. So I feel like you'd be somebody that likes, IT guys, or you probably like to date physiotherapists, or not physiotherapists, like, what's this? Physicists, or I don't know, astronauts, or you probably definitely got into that, and you probably like studying about shit like that. If it's not astrology, or if it's not about the planets, you just like studying. Maybe you may be into, like, studying the aquarium things, the underwater planet shits, or spacey things. I don't know, but you just like studying, like, broad philosophical, not broad intellectual things, and you love and appreciate compromising with these things, So I feel like your love language would to have these kind of unfamiliar, once again, broad intellectual conversations with people. And you like when people tell you things that you've never heard of in your entire life. That just gets your brain going and your juices going, because you're like, what? I didn't even know that was a thing in life. What? That's so crazy, So yeah. And then last but not least, having your Venus in Libra in the 12th house, your subconscious house, the house of your dreams. When you fall asleep, that's your 12th house. When you daydream, that's your 12th house, This basically your subconscious. So having a Libra 12th house entails that you are a Scorpio rising. So subconsciously, so first of all, Venus is exalted in the 12th house, right? And it's already home in Libra. So this is definitely somebody who also would be a serial dater, definitely. And you already, like, your love language is to kind of connect to somebody on a, how do I say, it's like, you know how to pick up the vibes, first of all. My brother has this placement, and basically he kind of knows when not to come into my room and when to come into my room, because he can feel that, okay, subconsciously she's not ready to speak to people, or she's not ready, or even if it's that situation, you know how to spark a conversation that can lighten somebody up, just because you subconsciously are sinking in with them, or you sunk in with that person subconsciously, so you know how to, when to do things and when not to do things. Obviously this develops more and more with time, but, like, especially in, like, once you formulated those relationships with people, you kind of just study people, or you emotionally and intellectually study people, so you know what to do and what not to do, or when to do it and when not to do something, because subconsciously you're already, like, a super loving person, already super accepting. So I don't doubt that this is somebody who also wouldn't mind dating anybody from any race, any ethnicity, any country, just as long as you're emotionally connected with that person subconsciously, then you've already, like, formed an unconditional love for that person, yeah. I think subconsciously you're always looking for a relationship, and you always feel a lot more whole, or a lot more complete when you've sunk in with the person and you compromise. Because I feel like with this, you love and appreciate compromising with maybe somebody else's emotional state of being subconsciously, and you love and appreciate being around other people that you love and appreciate just sinking in with other people's subconscious, basically. Because subconsciously you are like you're already a loving person, cool, but it's like you want to balance other people's subconscious, or you already know how to somewhat balance other people's subconscious. And I feel like this would also be the placement for someone who plays tit for tat, you know, but like only to kind of project, hey, this is what you do. Do you like this about yourself? Do you don't? Okay, well, you should probably change. Ha, you know, that type of thing. But just be careful not to like completely lose yourself with this in these places, because I definitely see somebody losing their entire sense of like rationality in a relationship, you know, especially if you're with toxic people and then you end up being a toxic person yourself, you know. But definitely just watch out for losing your shit, your sense of self, your sense of like me, your sense of interest, you know, just completely merging with somebody else and becoming that person that you're dating, or your friends or your friend group, whatever. Just watch out for that. Yeah, guys, I'm done with this video. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, please check out my other YouTube channel, Avocado Man, and please hit me up on Instagram for an birth chart reading, and I'll send you a menu for all the readings that I offer. And in my next video, we will be speaking about Venus in Virgo. Yeah. So thank you to all my new subscribers, and it's been a pleasure. All my Venus in Libras were dope, and yeah, bye.